this is an Oasis. And this is part 30 of the very special encounter. It is good that I actually figured out that, okay, since the headhunter encounter didn't seem to be over at that other place, it was over here and stuff like that, which is pretty good. We figured that out pretty quickly and stuff that, So I did try to look up what the encounter was, but I couldn't find anything. I could only find like encounter numbers and stuff like that. It's supposed to be in a lot of different places. This definitely seems to be the highest version of it. Well, here's Ifrit. That's gonna be 3-star Ifrit. Yes. We're surprisingly close to floor 3 now. We are getting a lot of money here as well. I'm not gonna lie, and then of course with the sellable ethers, it's gonna be even better. Does that mean that you go back and you get diamond bangles and get like the there with high weapons? Is the question though. How many more dragon skills? We have 2 more dragon skills. I wish for both of these, hopefully, to be the other encounter, the one with 4 enemies. But it definitely seems like it's on the more upper part of it. Seems to be the correct thing, because otherwise it seems like you're more likely to run into these. Definitely seems that you want to stick to this upper portion here. Like right here about kind of. It's easy to see there, but kind of know where it is. I think we have 1 more dragon skill we can use. Yeah, 1 more dragon skill, right? Yeah, 1 more dragon skill. And I want to get the correct encounter, please. So we can get as much RP as possible. You stupid. You hippogriff. Maybe you morph this enemy into an actual peace ring. I know that there is somewhere where you do get more peace rings without buying them. And I think that maybe it's a morph actually, that it's morphing this bird specifically because he has the confusion. Yeah. There's also an attack he has if he flies up. You can only do that like while airborne. We could see if the fire thing, if it's true that it actually works to fire. Shantesta. You need to stop being Shantesta. Shantesta. Large. Oh. Shantesta. Slugtest! Oh! Okay, she's gonna get the kills. Slugtest. Oh, awaken Slugtest! Slugtest is gonna test this dishwasher. Slugtest. And then he puts the entire house. Slugtest. Kid only killed one. Come on back now, use your chance. Haha. Hit him with a fucking drill on. Oh. Haha. Drill on. Fucking hell. Man, the fucking perverted ass developers, right? Like the drill arm is specifically in Sid's house. Drill arm, you know, like let's drill someone, right? And then you have Shira being complete like nerd chic, and then they're like, oh yeah, Sid, Sid's the drill arm for that. And then he's like, oh yeah, I will love watching the big black honk do the honk. Right, because that's basically like her, you know, drill arm, her, you know. So fucking stupid, man. Right, so we have 41 now, and that was the last fight. And one more dragon scale, because we did not kill it with dragon scale here. It's nice. We have 8 meters. Shokumog is getting pretty close now. We have fire, we have ice, we have all of them now. Good. These defeats are almost 3 stars. And Hers is getting very, very close now also to 3 stars for all of them. Shokumog is very close from being 4 stars. Shokumog actually requires the least, but Shokumog still requires like 80,000, I think it is. On Shokumog, maybe it's 60,000, but yeah, Shokumog will be way faster. And when it's 5 stars, actually, then you gain infinite uses. I believe it is when it's mastered specifically. Let me just go to the grey stuff and try to kill the triple things. Because, you know, I want to check what the triple ones have. That's what I want to do, you know. But you know what would have been cool if there would have been way more upgrades you could have gotten here or something. Yeah, that's still used the double one. And they're called no, they're called spirals. That's me. You can also steal exposure from them. But I remember I did get that one encounter somewhere. I forgot exactly where it was, but yeah. I actually really do want to get the encounter though. I don't want to get the triple spire basically too much. I mean, Bird works fine also. We actually try and kill Bird. Oh, that's very, very big damage. Don't we have a Suna though? Oh, I don't think I've got that material with me. I've got death now as well. I think it eventually lands as well. It's weird that it's not doing its special attack now with the Sabo. It's not often you see that bomb, by the way, because normally when you get here you will be strong enough to just kill it before it can even go airborne. It's very rare that you see it here. Something like a unique attack will airborne. Why is it not doing it then? Or is it a different bird I'm thinking about? Because that was just weird. I just wanted to see what it had. Sadly it failed. Sadly Mr. Birdie failed. I mean, there's a green area here too. So that maybe this green area has a higher chance. I mean, we have a finishing touch now we can use. Stuff that was very good, of course, obviously. Finishing touch. Yeah, that's the best thing, of course, obviously. Yes, you need to gain like limit breaks also and stuff that. And once you have like limit breaks that AoE hits, then like it's really good. There's a lot of money we're making here. I got some more money. I mean, the fact that we can still expose it from them are also pretty good. Because the explosions are, of course, very, very good healing and stuff that's right. Because, you know, if you're doing, for example, like a no materia run, then like explosions are, of course, the best type of healing, really. Although, I mean, you can just get infinite elixir, so you know. Bird versus camel, and no one could argue with you. A level 2 confuse is very different, of course, that means that it will only hit if they're actually divided by 2 the levels. Right, like I definitely think that all of those different spells that had like those stuff should have been enemy skills. Like not all the level something has. I think because there's like level something flare. There's a bunch of different like level, you know, like level 5 death or whatever it is. You know. Not all of those spells are enemy skills, sadly, you know. Some of them are. Well, I think only one, right? There's a level 5 death, and I don't think there was anything more. So it's not like in Final Fantasy 9, of course, there are more of those level type of spells. You know. Smell and aid. You want to use Ifrit, please? Because I'm gonna wait till Barret gets his limit break here and stuff that so we can save again here. So we don't have to use up the Dragon's Case. Because I'm pretty certain because of his level now he should be strong enough. Please give her a limit break, please. So you don't fucking kill Claudia. I really wanted to get her the limit break there, but yeah, but close cover is too good. Throwing a bomb. You saw the crit there with the grenade bomb, how much damage that did comparable. And how much for the final level of the restore, that is 15,000 can again. Bit. Yeah, 24 and then the jumps up to 64. For the Q3, which is absolutely super expensive. I mean, it's not that expensive when you're thinking like when you're at like high enough NP levels, but the 999 being used as default, NP limit still seems pretty low. But as I said, this is 64 stuff. That's yeah. We are at we already did save here. 95,211. I mean, the sad thing is we haven't seen that 4 headhunters in a long time now. It feels really, really bad. Then we get it. I mean, you used to ask for it. I mean, like that's just how things work. Like you should have learned that by now. That oh man, I really want to get this encounter. Like, oh yeah, I used to ask for it. You could theoretically kill one more, but Claude is very close to the limit break. I think that will do it. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. That'll do, donkey, that'll do. Do we have the money? Yes, we reached the money, especially if we sell a bunch of stuff here. We sell ether specifically. Now, Claude, now you got the shopping license. Now you got the shopping license, Claude. So first stop, room. I don't think that. Because I'm pretty certain that it's not until disc 2 when it appears. But it would have been really, really fun if it would have appeared earlier though. Then disc 2 and stuff there, because imagine right if you could actually dig up the key to inside Midgard like earlier. Because if you would be able to do that, then you would be able to get the ultimate weapon, the premium heart for Tifa, and if you could get that like before disc, that would be pretty insane. This is very insane, of course, being able to land here on the beach and just go inside calm. Go inside some calms. Just checking if it has changed now. More steel materials, more sense, of course, more heals. And then here we go, weapon store. Cannonball, multi-claw, full metal staff, and the are gonna go on a collection spree. Because we can do this. 9 liters for 6,750. Then nothing else. But yeah, so that's 103,000, which should be absolutely enough. Get all the stuff we want. I want to stop by Midgard too. An old grey mare ain't what she used to be, ain't what she used to be, and ain't what she used to be. An old grey mare ain't what she used to be. Imagine if you would have had a tiny Bronco, right, and stuff like that, you could go up in fucking the face of the thing, Midgard time. You can see, yes, you cannot go back inside, but it's something you can do immediately. When they said, this is the feeling I would have wanted. I would have wanted to stand there, see the plate up there, see what the gate looks like, see the absolutely massive scale of Midgard. That's something I really, really wanted in Rebirth, and they don't give it to you. And stuff that. And same thing, right, with the fact that you can go to be able to go back to a lot of these places. You cannot even go back to Midgard because we're saving Midgard area, right? But what then? Are we gonna have to do like the exploration of the Midgard area? Is it gonna be tied to a summon? Like, oh, this is the summon of the Midgard area, right? Because because I feel like what they need to do to compensate for not like having seen Midgard yet. Because if Midgard is only linked to a certain scenario, then you cannot go back inside Midgard after that. Like, you need to be able to basically go back inside Midgard, and then every single sector needs to be explorable. stuff that like I'm just being like very, very, you know, uh, I'm curious though, what are the greens you sell here, or do they change here anything in the farm? Do we change anything? So you still talk about the media solemn? But why does he say, are you interested in Chocoboleur? Like, we already have a Chocoboleur, so why does he... Oh, wait, can you buy multiply now? Can you buy like another one now? Because that thing doesn't become available until disc 2, the other like Chocoboleur that you can get here. Oh, you still has the green here. Ranch, 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 ranch. And one of them is definitely wonderful. This one that runs around a lot. This one specifically. Actually, the funny thing is that they don't show up as the proper color because all of these are actually color-coded to be completely different and stuff like that. So I actually believe that these are actually the ones that they race within the actual Chocobo races themselves. And they actually have some pretty interesting stats because I believe that someone figured out somehow how to look up their stats. You know, which was absolutely, of course, you cannot reach those islands. One of those islands is, of course, the Goblin Island, and one of them is actually the Cactuar Island. But yeah, but supposedly you can fight Cactuars. You can fight Cactuars near what is it? Supposedly near gold source, but the encounter rate is very low. But supposedly, right, if you do get the Cactuars, they are very good to get. Can we afford this though? Is the question. But then I don't think we can do the shenanigans. Or can we? Do the shenanigans. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 characters. Yeah. 9. 9 diamond bangles. Gold armor you can see is 46, 28, and then it has 4. A diamond bangle. Diamond bangle. And that does not mean that I will sell the rune armor, it's because of getting that many diamond bangles, so... Diamond bangle. Diamond bangle. This is quite a big upgrade over the gold armlet here, as you can see. But then you might wonder, like, oh wow, what is the reason for them giving like you the elemental like stuff? Yeah, Diamond Banger which has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 slots. This is interesting. Does that mean that they have digged up parts of like diamond weapon or something like that? Is that why, you know? Yo, it's my boy Beanie and it's my boy Shoot. You can have diamond. You can also have diamond. It's pretty crazy here if you see the like the defense difference now, like 122 defense. Because that's of getting like really fucking cracked. Yeah, his magic is almost matching clothes magic at this point and stuff like that, right? But no, he is lower level. There's Barret. Here's Melanie. I think they are not that far behind really the other characters here, you know, so that's yeah. So the Diamondbaggers are nice, of course, obviously. They are pretty expensive though. But yeah, I don't know if the sum of the money is going to be correct. We're probably not going to be able to get all of the weapons in what do you call it, inside of inside place. But yeah, you'll probably be able to get the other weapons though. There's no way to get. You can get on these islands, right? But they still count as Corel, right? Yeah, no, this counts as icicle as well. But yeah. There is no way up on the snow though. You can see the village. Nah, I don't think there's an angle where you can see the village. I mean, that would have been cool. And I don't think this has changed yet, even after that. I don't think this changes. Oh. You could of course get multiply power bricks and multiply protect vest, multiply earrings, right? Like get like 9 of each. You know, that's something you can get eventually. It's a multiple map music. You're nice. Right, the blue one is that, right? And the green one is the... It was actually a really bad parking on me there. My bad. Oh, huh? Right, Crownlands. Wait, I'm pretty certain this has something really good. No. Is it a drop then? I'm curious enough to check here actually what the drop is. Or is it morphed into something, is the question. Okay, you give very little. I think it's morphed into something. So yeah, these are Chocobo tracks. What Chocobo do you ever learn that? What Chocobo is close to this area? Like what Chocobo counts as being very close to like the actual, you know, the Rocky Town area? What Chocobos are those? You know, because you would imagine I'm like close to Rocky Town that those Chocobos would be pretty good. You know. And of course, Nibelheim doesn't really have a weapon shop. What's the closest? That is not closest. That might actually be closest over there if we can get there. No. Oh wait, you can. Yeah, that is definitely the closest. It's way closer than you can get with Highwind actually. Doody loot. Like a fang, heavy Vulcan prism staff, silver barret, pinwheel, green megaphone. We sorted after the type. We sorted after the type. Ah, here it is. Blah 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 blah. Isn't there unique dialogue now at this point? It. Yeah, seems the only one that can open it is Bugenhagen. Yeah, because he shows you where to interact with it. Like, you cannot interact with that earlier stuff that before he actually shows you. So is he in here? Oh. Where's Anaki? I hope he wasn't the burden. Oh, that machine is the only machine I can use. Like, the fact is that they give you clues that, okay, like, if he says that, like, why does he say that? Does the machine get used again, right? So they give you, like, a few hints that yes, you're gonna get to use this machine more. So we already have Mystify. We could get HP Plus here and MP Plus. But they are 8,000, which, you know, yes, they are definitely worth it and stuff that, but again, like HP Plus, materia is not really a necessary materia in this game, sadly. I mean, it is very, very good, but if you're gonna reach very, very high level anyway, right, that if you're going for like level 99, for example, then there's no point. A lot of character gets enough HP anyway. But yeah. I'm pretty certain we won't go Gong Gong at all. Pretty certain we also probably want to get Great Gospel eventually as well. There's Gong Gong. I think there's a closer one though. There's a closer location we can get off at. This should be the closest one, right? Yeah. It's the closest one. Please. Please. I mean, I'm pretty certain we get the music in the town at least. Now we can see what the steal is from here actually. Yeah, that's really annoying. Spider web always inflicts those to stop, right? Correct. Or slow some opponents. Actually, that is very good. Jungle, welcome to the jungle. Oh. In the knees. Reactor took my husband. Because this is the excess song. They don't buy weapons now. Horrors already have grand glove. Atomic scissors, striking staff, diamond pin, boomerang. But we're not even close on having everything because there are going to be some other things we're going to have to get like later on and stuff that, right? Or like, yeah, like certain items, but yeah. Because some of them had weapons in Midgard and you cannot get more card sticks. You cannot get card stick back, I don't think, anywhere. Oh, this did put us in the correct exit. That's weird. Right. Really has 4 steel. We already have 4 steel though. Actually, let's go to. I mean, yeah, we can't reach Costa del Sol from here. We need a buggy to do that. Sadly. We need a fucking buggy to do that. However, we can go to Levutai. We can go to Levutai. And I don't think you can theoretically get closer now because it blocks you over there. And then even if you go the furthest here, they don't allow you to go closer. There's of course a chocobo that you can capture that makes this easier and stuff, that's right, because yeah. You can even get to see the materia cave here that is right here, basically here. Which requires like a mountain thing. This of course close to Rocket Town here, as you can see. Yeah, that's Rocket Town over there. And I don't think there's a way to like go around here and like get even closer, I don't think. Yeah. I mean, you can see it over there, you can see what's high there, over there, right, and stuff that, but still, like that is... I mean, it's pretty cool that you can see Vutai over there and stuff that's right. And I don't think you can land on this island though, but not on the other ones. And I don't think they're part of Vutai area, or are they? No, those part of Rocket Launch Pad still. Because yeah, it would be cool if there were like a visual map that someone would make that would show you, okay, like what parts are part of what area, right? To show you exactly where the line goes, where Midil stops being Midil and stuff like that, because certain like places have way more territory to them than you might think, right, you know? This is actually pretty interesting, right? Because the bridge is right. Okay, this is not. I mean, okay, fine, we can do this. Yeah, because it always counts as you being in front, or when it does count enemies being in front, or like enemies do a lot of damage to you, but you do a lot of damage to them. That's the whole thing with side effects, like side effects do have benefits. It's not just all bad. So yeah. And still the XP that you gain here is pretty fine. And you get a lot of items, of course, you get both blooms here, which are very powerful. And yeah, do I think we will be able to afford everything here? Maybe not. I mean, it's just one of each weapon though. That's the thing, but I believe that these weapons are all like fairly expensive. Because of course they are very good weapons and stuff like that. Of course, things changes of course by a lot when this is like diamond angle here and stuff that, right? So we're gonna basically redo the material setup once we are inside, depending on what weapons we get, of course, obviously. Because we can either have the diamond bangle and like the weapon setup, or we can go with the weapon and have the other setup, you know. But yeah, I know. Do we kill a single Ifrit question? Funny thing is you can have more than 5 charges here if you go with the multiple stack, because once it's master you gain infinite uses. However, if you don't reach master and instead try to reach master the fake way, then you can instead have like a shit ton of charges, like she had 8 I think. which now makes sense. But again, I only want the other ones to just get more stars the other Ifrit, so we don't like have a bunch of Ifrits like big birth and stuff that we have a bunch of Ifrits. We can of course trash them if we want to. Stuff that, but we don't want to ever trash all of them because we need, of course, because if you would trash all of them, for example, you could birth new ones. If that becomes the case, so you have to be careful with that, of course, obviously. So the Ifrit is not 4 stars yet. Her Ifrits are pretty close to 3 stars. Shokomog is almost 4. So yeah. But yeah, because the Runomet again, yes, is 4 slots and everything, but yeah, Adamant Bangle is very, very powerful though, magic-wise and stuff, that's yeah. So it's just like, do you use Diamond Bangle or do you use the other thing? Or do we use completely ignore the rune thing, right? Yeah, sure, we would need way more battles, right? If we do not use the double RP thing and stuff that for the fight. But if we don't use the double RP thing, then I mean, that's the whole thing, right? That yes, using the double weapons is very, very powerful, but it also now like the fact that also that there's only the platinum bangle, there's only the platinum bangle and the actual platinum bangle and double RP goes like years. They thought that I don't know what it's very funny because here's the thing about even if it is the best battle in the game. You do the best battle in the game with some different movers. Those give you the most RP out of anything in the game, unless you're fighting specifically Emerald and Ruby Weapon. But I feel like right that the Emerald and Ruby Weapon can only be fought once. You cannot respawn them. Now, if it was possible to somehow like pay someone and then basically have them like respawned, then yes, that would be good. But the main problem is it feels like certain material are meant to be leveled that way that when you fight like an Emerald weapon, you use the whole Apocalypse and you use Scimitar and then you put Black Knights of the Round into that. Because otherwise it just feels like so bad, man, because yeah, I don't know what I was gonna say even because yeah, so here so Murasama is, wait, let's go for the cheapest one first. Cheapest one is Blue Megaphone at 5,500. Second cheapest is Diamond Knuckle and Aurora Rod at 5,800 each. Then after that is 6,000 from Gold Barrette. Razor Ring, so Razor Ring, Gold Barrette, then after that is 6,300 for Chainsaw, then at 6,400 is Sword Bag, and then at 6,500, which is the most expensive, is Slash Lance, which is weaker than the Dragoon Lance, and then finally Murasame. And then for example now, Murasame, 51. Razor Ring, as you can see, it's even weaker than that, but yeah, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 slots. So again, 5, so you have 10 slots there with this combination. So you have 2 more slots than normal. Since Razor Ring, he has, Chainsaw, and you can see how fucking massive jump it is. Because Heavy Vulcan is the second best there. Now technically though, Heavy Vulcan is actually stronger than the enemy launcher. which we're gonna have to regain again later and stuff. That's yeah. Actually, I'm gonna remove it because we're gonna change how the setup is here. We're gonna change it by quite a bit. So now you can technically see what the default stat is if we remove these. Oops. Yeah, well, actually, because they have growth on the weapons as well, but still, you know. You can see though that she has absolutely flipping high dexterity. She's actually technically a better character than what Claude is. The main problem, of course, is that her you know, I mean, yes, Dragoon Lance 4 Sid is powerful, but Dragoon Lance again is just loose slots. So I didn't have an accessor equip on anyone else right now because I removed it. So Tifa and Ares. Grand Glove, as you can see, 31. Tiger Fang 38. And Amalakal 51. Issue Staff. Prism Staff is 40. Aurora Rod is 51. That does 110 also in crit. Mercy. Yeah, that's the weakness of Claude, really, that Claude's attack percentage isn't that particularly high on any weapon. Like 108 on the Rune Blade is pretty decent, but Tifa is very accurate, of course, obviously, because, you know, that makes sense. Her weapon is pretty similar to Claude there, other than being pretty low, but on Aurora, of course, absolutely slapping. And then we go with some red, and we go with some Mr. Bokus. Focus with Mr. Bokus. So Silver Barrette is 40 and 110. Gold Barrette is 50 and 104. Same as the Plus Barrette. Happiness, of course, absolutely massive, but the whole 57 there and 120. 68 on the Subcom and 110. Yeah, Gold Barrette is what we got here. So, I mean, it's weaker than Subcom, but it's the last 5 slots, and, you know, it's pretty decent. And it's weird that he is only up to gold, like his diamond thing is earlier, but Gold Barrette and Barrette is a very specific thing that you wear, and then it's just like very, very weird, like, you know. Right, I did the quick with the Bogus. It's a silver megaphone, that's a green megaphone 41, and that's the blue one. And you can see both of them has actually worse accuracy, but, you know, it's pretty strong. And we go with Vincent, Vinny, and the Truth. And of course, short barrel is not that much stronger than the shotgun, as you can see. And the sniper CR is still technically better for crits. And sniper CR is only 1 slot less and stuff that, but the short barrel looks actually very cool. And of course, yes, Dragoon Lance again. Very, very powerful. Slash Lance though is very, very like, you know, it has the whole like, not Buster Sword quality, but it has the Metal Saber and the Hornet like accuracy on it. And so that was a bit weird. But then you see you can get 8 slots with Dragoon Lance, but also see singular slots, of course, obviously, so singular Slash Lance is useful. That was it then. You know, that's technically the best weapons we can have right now. Well, actually, technically, you can have stronger weapons, but you know, still. But I still want to have her. I still want to have Barrett. Yeah, Destruct only has that one effect, yeah. Kyat and Claude. We absorb. So that's the most expensive one. Yeah, that's 110. And it deals fire, ice, lightning damage. Yeah, so it doesn't count as having earth damage on it. So I thought it was very weird, right? Because it does an earthquake-like attack at the end. Like, what does that count as? You can clearly see it using fire. It's using ice, it's using lightning. But then it does a stomp at the end, and that's clearly is vibrating the earth. Oh, so Odin with MP Absorb. Or HP Absorb rather. And then let me double check again, because let me double check again. Because this would have been hilarious. Maybe it works with a stronger elemental actually when you have more stars into it. Just imagine if that could work with Kyata. Stuff like now buster that would be. Anyway, so elemental material with. I'll skip that. And effect of course is status. Again, as I said, you can have against by different statuses and stuff that with the status effect. Sokeballer. Och stil. Titan Runner. Ifrit has the best Ifrit. And then Shiva. So there's a lot of stuff, and we MP absorb with Kyata, we HP absorb with Odin. Sokeballer and Steel. Restore. All. Ice all. Lighting all. Fire all. On. Earth. Then poison, gravity, steel, and cover, because I think that will give her points together with Claude if she's the one covering Claude, because that means that she cares about Claude if that happens. Because if you have Claude having covered, and when he covers Barrett, Barrett gets positive points and stuff like that, so I think that's a better stat actually. But we get to steal on him. Also he gets Shockmog. Right, using the other ones here. We're also giving you counter attack. Giving you counter attack, we're giving you time. Barrier. And revive. I say that all that's stupid, like making the grinding slower. Not using like the double, but it's used like way more slots. We can have way more material leveling up at once here with this setup comparable. Because we have a majority of the material equipped actually, which is absolutely crazy. Right, the merit is about what's going on. Should we do one more of this? Yeah, I think we do. Yeah, we do. And we don't go for Leviathan yet, though. We don't do it yet. Because again, right, like I'm trying to think like how doable is Emerald Weapon, like if you do it at the like earliest possible points, because then earliest possible points would mean that you don't allow yourself to go into the that you don't allow yourself to go into another place. But yeah, I eventually want to go back here and steal more like adamant bangles and stuff that, but it is not necessarily yet. Because the thing is that the adamant bangle is like very, very good because it's comparable, because I said like it's actually 31 magic, which is actually one more than the strength that Giga Summit gives and stuff like this. Of course, it's very useful. Question is, does the Socomog from Barret kill it? That low. It's all looks so fucking cool though. I mean, and I don't know if I'm assuming like that's the thing, right? Against something like Wild Arms, for example. Like I love Wild Arms, right? Because Wild Arms had a very, very unique thing with it that yes, it's Western themed, which is true for most of the Wild Arms. And the Wild Arms, I've gotten the second Wild Arms also, but I never finished the second one. The first one, of course, you can finish fairly easy because there's a thing that you can abuse, so you can multiply the apples. There's a way to legitimately grind the apples though without using the duplication glitch. Because it's the easiest duplication glitch in the world. You don't need to even have a video on how to do it. Because it's not advanced at all. Like it's like the easiest like duplication thing. Like you use a regular item on someone, and then on someone else, it's the second target. The first target uses just a heal barrier or something like that, something you used to have a lot of. And then the second one, for whatever, goes into where the thing is, right where the apple is, I believe. And then you just hit the apple, or there is something you do, and basically then you will have the maximum amount of it, right? It's like easier to do than the... It's basically easier to do. It's easier to do than the W item thing it is. Like it's faster because you do it once and you gain the maximum amount of the apple. And the maximum amount is not 99. The maximum amount I think is 255 in it or whatever, right? So you just have a bunch, you know, and stuff like that. And you can literally get so powerful, so you can basically use one shot everything in the entire game, chop the entire game. Pattern, you know. Fire 3, Ice 3, Ball 3, Kill 3. Probably a fat Chocobo blog. Someone finish. And level up. Oh, there's a lot of stuff though. I really like that bombardment with items there. That is actually pretty funny. So Melody Mac, use that. See, because I mean, even though this will be slower, right? Because double means, of course, that you gain double, meaning that basically, of course, it's just double, meaning that, oh, 2 encounters, 1 encounters is equal the same as 2 encounters, meaning, for example, if you would need to